Is with us, Ediz Gurel. Welcome and congratulations for your win.
Thanks a lot.
How was your game? You were always super focused. So this was.
That was my words.
Hang on, previous round. This was this one. Okay, everything looked easy, but I know that it's not. You can move the. You can use this touch screen and move the game.
Yeah, okay. In the opening, I prepared this a little. Bishop c6, bc6, d3, knight e7, knight b2. I guess this is supposed to be mainline, but this h4.
Let's get the board. Just a sec. Let's get the board.
Sure.
We
On
need
the screen, so our audience can see and enjoy your game too. So please, let's get it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Queen c7. Yes, Rajabo was playing this. I think your coach Dragan knows it very well. Yeah.
I mean, he usually knows these positions better, but I also tried to understand some plans. He played e5, which is, I guess, the most logical move to stop me from pushing e5, and also his knight should stay on e7 just in case that it can go to g8. So I went h5 to stop knight g6. He went h6. I mean, I guess it wasn't necessary, but he was maybe afraid of me pushing h6, which is quite normal actually. Once you're preparing with engine and once you're, let's say, engineless in the game, you can't quite understand what white wants to do. So h6 is not so bad, but I mean, not helping black so much, I would say. Okay, I went queen e2 to just keep the position normal. d6. Knight c4 is one of the plans here to get f4 in the game. First I should move the knight on f3, but okay, I just wanted to keep it flexible. I didn't know where to go h4 h2 now, so I wanted to decide later. He went knight g8, which is like the standard plan here, and it's a really good move. Knight h2, yeah, as I said, the plan is to push f4, and black's position collapses quite easily actually once you don't know what to do. Knight f6, f4, yeah, already here it's really hard for black. Okay, engine says ef4 is best, which I was not expecting, of course. I was also thinking bishop e6 would be the best, like for sure I'd play that. The ef4, bishop f4, like it just, you know, helps white a little bit to get the pieces in the game. Okay, you'll go bishop e6, but okay, I can go long castle. I mean, white's always doing really good, and if you just short castle, there's some plan with g4, g5 coming right up. So I don't think it's easy for black. What he did was quite standard, I would say. Yeah, he went bishop e6. I had to take on e5, otherwise, yeah, my advantage just completely, let's say, collapses. f e5. Okay, d5 is like the most logical move. d5 is such an engine move.
d5.
Yeah,
never
I don't
even
think
crossed my mind.
playing that.
Yeah, no, it's not the move. Yeah.
Yeah, d5. Okay, bishop d2 is just to improve the pieces and long castle. Knight d7. Yeah, he just wants to get his pieces into good positions, and probably he wanted to short castle. But I thought he would maybe long castle, so I just wanted to keep the short castle as an option. So I went knight f3, went bishop e7. Yeah, I went bishop a5 to kick the queen out. Okay, it's not the best way apparently, but long castle, I thought he would also long castle, and yeah, maybe now I can go bishop a5. But this queen on c7 looked quite powerful, so I just wanted to move it and also get my bishop to c3. Now I'm threatening e5, so okay, according to engine he has to give it, but I mean f6 is quite a logical move. Yeah, but the point with f6 is now it's allowing knight h4. I couldn't do that before because this bishop is just taking the knight, and that wouldn't be great for us. Now knight h4 and we get all the squares in the game. He castles. I went b3. I was not sure about this decision, but I really didn't want to short castle. I just wanted to get my pieces in the game, and if I went knight e3 I was checking some line like c4, and it was kind of annoying for me, so I just wanted to, you know, stop it a little bit more, like overprotect c4 maybe. Okay. Knight b6, I mean, like the most logical move,
Yeah, everyone knows you're better. He knows that he's worse. You know that you're better, but still, you need to play some precise moves to win.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I thought I'd just go for some attack, so I went knight e3. Yeah, okay, knight c8 is best, but I think he did what he pretty much had to do. Like, he has to complicate the game at this point, so Okay, push c4, dc4, bishop c5. Okay, at least black's pieces are in the game, but it's kind of late for him now. Because I can go knight ef5, and the plan is always rook h3, rook g3, and black is really having troubles in this king side. He went king h7. I mean, he has other ways, but I guess maybe they even transposed. I went rook h3 to go rook g3. He goes rook fd8, rook g3, bishop f8. Okay, I went queen g4. I mean, I didn't really see what to do with white here, but like everything looks like, every piece looks like they're in great position.
We came at this moment or after queen f7. He played queen f7?
Yeah.
Yeah, we came at this particular moment and you were thinking, will you play queen g6, will you play knight g6, what will you play?
Yeah, queen g6 would never be my type here. I cannot give that queen when I'm attacked.
Maybe your coach would play queen g6.
Yeah, maybe his
and
style
then
would be
squeeze
that.
easily. Yeah.
That's his style.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I went rook d1. I also don't like to trade pieces so much, but this rook on d8 is a little annoying, and once he takes it, now he cannot get rook d8 in the game, so it looked kind of logical. He went rook e8. Okay, I went back queen g4. I thought queen was doing good there. He went rook d8. I mean, yeah, as I said, I don't like to play queen g6 so much. I went knight g6 just, I thought knight looks great there, and also there are many tactics in the air, so knight g6, he went rook d7. Yeah, here there are many tactics, as I said, starting with bishop takes e5. I guess you take, I mean that looks like the only option. I take on f8, he has to take. I go queen g6, he has to go to h8. We take on queen e6. And here I was thinking, like, if he goes queen h3, okay, of course it's winning, but I just didn't want to give him this option to check a lot and complicate the position. So instead I went for bishop d2. I thought bishop wasn't doing much on this diagonal, so let's just put it to somewhere where it can make some chaos or create some sacrifice on h6. He went knight c8. Yeah, now I guess he missed out on knight h6, but here there's already not much to do. Maybe last hope could be bishop c5, and it's kind of, back is a little holding, but should be quite lost. I mean, I guess I can go bishop e3, and he gets to trade a piece. Yeah, I mean, it is lost, but he can survive maybe a little more.
Yeah, you need to work a bit, but it's obvious the outcome.
Okay, knight c8, yeah, knight h6 is some cute tactic here. Okay, he has to take bishop g4, because if he takes gh6, I can take queen e6 or knight f8, it doesn't matter so much. So he took bishop g4, I take knight f7, he has to take f7 because f8 is hanging with a4. I take rook g4. Okay, he went knight b6 because if he just moves, let's say knight e7, I always have these bishop b4s, or same case in knight d6. So he had to go here, then I went rook g3 to get the rook in the game. And knight d7, rook d3, yeah, I guess he resigned because of knight c5, rook d8. Black is just completely losing here.
Very good game. Okay, in the opening he got into the problem. We were checking, we were doing our homework. You played against him, but only blitz, some online blitz or something.
Yeah, we played many games.
But you haven't played him before in classical. In classic.
I actually did. I think 6 years ago in 2019 when we were 11.
Just one question. So, since you're here, maybe you can just comment briefly what happened in your game. So, this one, just briefly, you can say.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe it's just critical point. What do you think from those games? Just 2-3 minutes that you touch, maybe some critical moments. Or
okay,
if it was.
Till here, it was all fine for both sides. I think. Okay, black has little edge, but I thought it was objectively equal. Okay, bishop c4, bishop d3 was already slightly wrong from him, I felt like, because now that allows me to, go in rook e3 and threaten some things. Knight c6 was logical, when knight e5. Yeah, this endgame I thought, should be a draw, but serious chance he can mess this up, which
and when
is
was
not
it?
easy.
When was it?
Yeah, the point is here, king d4 is lost, yeah. He has to go apparently king d2, and if I go king d6, king c2. The point is knight is trapped, and okay, I have to threaten it, I guess. There's an option like king e6, but this is complete mess, yeah? You give the knight, grab a few pawns.
Yeah. Okay, and the other ones, for example?
Yeah, if I go king c6, he goes king b2, king b6, he goes knight b8, knight b4. Okay, I'm not sure what he should do here, but maybe king c3, knight c6, knight d7, and then he goes knight f6 and holds.
Crazy. And other games, for example, versus Godena?
Yeah, the other games were not as smooth as these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this game mistakes really happened. There were so many mistakes I can't even count, but
That happens.
Okay, but when you're playing super sharp lines, of course.
yeah, I played Scotch and I already got some serious advantages, like +3, yeah? And okay, magically I managed to get worse position from this position. I played knight b3, bishop b6, like it is +3, but I just really didn't see how to do things, and I just went back knight d2. Bishop c5, knight f3 is of course wrong, yeah? Because knight doesn't belong there simply, and he can just grab the pawn, I mean. Okay, there is compensation, obviously, I'm getting bishop d3, rook e1, but like still he probably should have grabbed the pawn. He went queen e6. Yeah, I went knight d4, but I was really pushing my luck here. I mean, at this point he really had to grab an e4 because, yeah, my knight on d4 is worse than knight on f3, and there's not much happening here.
Yeah, but in Scotch you are in that mode that you sacrifice the c4 pawn many times, so...
Yeah, okay, I already sacrificed
Yeah.
like 3 pawns in these previous moves, so...
Yeah. And
Yeah, after you went queen f6, I was sure like this should be quite winning. I didn't go knight b3, but I just wanted to put bishop e3, f4 and attack as usual. So everything was going quite fine, I would say, till some moment. My opponent was also in time trouble, which helped a lot.
yeah, your coach Dragan knows him quite well, that it's not like something surprising that Michele is in time trouble. Yeah, yeah, he likes to burn some time. But
Well,
he is
did
very
well.
tricky because even long time he puts tough
Yeah,
resistance.
he was
Plays
low
good
in time,
chess.
but you know, he was actually struggling quite well. Like he managed to find d5 here, which is like the only move that can hold the game. And yeah, after f5, black is actually better here if he just goes queen f6. I wanted to just sacrifice everything here, e5, queen e5, I thought f6. But yeah, okay, of course, Engine just ridiculous line with knight c8. Okay, you can even take gf6, and I thought like he has 3 minutes on the clock, so okay, at worst case I can try to trick him, but yeah, I was also not sure about the evaluation. But after queen h7, yeah, that queen was quite out of the game, and rest was quite...
And just one last question regarding game you lost. Which one was that?
Yeah, round 2.
Round 2, yeah. So it looked like a normal game that you were thinking around here somewhere or a little bit later, and then you didn't want to take on f3.
Yeah, that was such a bad decision. I mean, I could have. I was thinking to take on f3 and then play king e7, but I thought why not play king e7 just to have that option in my mind, but I completely forgot he'd go queen e2, and right after he played I realized it was really bad. And yeah, my opponent easily saw that and played the rest quite flawlessly.
Okay, Ediz, good luck. You're playing these days a lot of events, Tata Steel and many others, Prague Festival, right?
Well deserved.
Yeah, so you will lose some points, but I believe that you will cross 2700.
Well,
Very soon. We're waiting for that.
Yeah, so good luck to you and to your coach, Grandmaster Dragan Šolak, and yeah.
Thank you for
Thanks
being
a lot
here
for
with
having
us.
me.
Yeah.